lightning tearing through the skies to explosions shaking the ground. These aren't just shocking moments. This is where chaos becomes unstoppable. Fire, fury, and the unexpected all collide right here. Welcome to LumberPro channel. A blinding flash of fire erupted fiercely, followed by a towering plume of thick gray smoke spiraling straight into the sky, spreading rapidly like a raging storm, swallowing the entire night sky whole. Debris scattered wildly, flashing lights flickering like lightning in the darkness, creating a scene both hauntingly beautiful and terrifying. The roar of the explosion echoed relentlessly in their ears, making hearts race, while the atmosphere thickened with tension and dread. In the calm daylight sky, a monstrous steel beast crept forward, slow, heavy, cutting through the air with an ominous presence that drew every eye from below. Then, in an instant no one could anticipate, a deafening explosion ripped the sky apart. A massive fireball erupted, blazing violently in midair, incinerating everything within reach. Shards of metal rained down like deadly confetti, while black smoke billowed and darkened the horizon. On the ground, chaos erupted. Screams pierced the air as people scrambled in every direction, gripped by sheer terror. Some, driven by desperation or duty, rushed toward the Inferno, wielding buckets, hoses, anything they could find, in a hopeless attempt to tame the raging blaze that was swallowing the world around them. Unidentified individuals set fire to a cargo truck in the Landy area. The front of the vehicle is engulfed in intense flames and remains out of control, with thick black smoke billowing into the air. The damage is reported to be extensive, making the situation increasingly serious and chaotic. Absolutely jaw-dropping. This is large-scale industrial rock blasting in action. Precisely timed explosions detonate in sequence, shattering massive rock formations like the Earth itself is cracking open. Thunderous blasts echo as debris flies through the air, and dense clouds of dust engulf the entire area. It's controlled chaos, a raw, explosive force reshaping the landscape before your eyes. A car crashed on the road and suddenly caught fire. As the flames spread rapidly, bystanders rushed in, desperately trying to pry open the jammed door to rescue the victim trapped inside. Every second passed in tense, breathless urgency as smoke and fire closed in.
En la madre se siente el pinche calorón bien feo. Su puta madre.
The fuel depot blazed fiercely like an uncontrollable inferno, thick black smoke billowing upward, shrouding the sky like a deathly veil. Furious flames danced, licking every drop of fuel, making the fire nearly impossible to extinguish.
Ojalá no haya pescado nadie, ir a los medios están
No, ya se
retirando
están
ahí.
yendo, ya se van a ir
Se
mejor.
van a mover hasta que no se queme todo el mugrero ahí.
Eso se va a volver a agarrarla, lo va a ver otra explosión bien grande, vas a ver. ¿Sentiste el calor, Lalín?
A patch of dry grass caught fire, with strong winds spreading the flames rapidly, threatening nearby areas if not contained in time. A truck loaded with gas cylinders suddenly caught fire on Street S, throwing the entire area into chaos. Flames erupted violently, followed by multiple loud explosions that shook the street like artillery fire. Shattered debris flew in all directions, and thick black smoke billowed into the sky. People nearby fled in panic, while others froze in fear, stunned by the unexpected and dangerous. A yacht on the river is engulfed in flames, the fire raging as if trying to consume the entire vessel. Nearby boats are desperately spraying water, racing against time in an effort to save the burning yacht from total destruction.
Охуеть, там огонь видно прямо. Файрлайн 74.
Пиздец. Сгорела нахуй якобы. Такая вот хуйня происходит, ребят. Следите за проводкой, будьте все здоровы, а.
A massive fire erupted fiercely in the dead of night, thick black smoke billowing high, engulfing the entire area. Panic-stricken people were seen running chaotically in every direction, desperately trying to escape the raging flames that spread uncontrollably.
Hierdie een van hierdie plek is my pa se vriend se plek. Ja.
Wie goed jy kan bly wees ons het al geloop nê. Nee.
Ja.
Sorry, when we take you to?
Ek wil net my baadjie bring.
Ry maar huis.
From a distance, it looked like a bombing or a series of explosions. Flames shot up violently, and thick smoke filled the sky. The danger it posed was truly terrifying.
Something just exploded down the road from my place, my house. Just walking my dogs. There was like a really huge bang or explosion, and it's coming from where I guess there were homeless people living in the woods there. I think something, I don't know where it is. But there were homeless people living somewhere in those woods there. It was just a really big, loud bang. And black smoke is never good. Holy shit.
The fire was captured from afar by a curious bystander. Although the flames are not visible, thick black smoke can be seen rising steadily into the sky, a clear sign of the fire's intensity. Fire engines race to the scene with sirens blaring, underscoring that this is no ordinary blaze, but a serious and escalating emergency.
See the flames over the... Oh my god, something in there is really on fire. So the flames are coming out like right through there, which means the trees... In the back. I mean, they've got like SUVs here, they don't have any of the fire trucks here yet. Jesus Christ. Okay, they're trying to get the fire truck in there. Of course, they fenced that whole area off. Holy, it smells awful. Oh, there's one. Deal with the fire. There's a lot of crackling happening too. Something definitely exploded.
Lightning slashed across the horizon, streaking wildly like glowing cracks in the sky. A deafening boom followed, echoing like the roar of an enraged earth. Nature had awakened in fury.
Fire in the hole!
The explosion appeared to be anticipated, with barricades set up and all residents evacuated safely away from the house. The thunderous explosions from wartime bombings tear through the sky, unleashing terrifying scenes of fire, thick black smoke, and trembling ground. War is brutal and merciless. A stunning yet powerful scene captures nature's fury brewing in the skies over Guatemala. Against a dark, overcast sky, bolts of lightning tear through the clouds, crashing above the mountaintops like the drums of an approaching storm. Brilliant flashes of light briefly illuminate the distant peaks, casting eerie shadows in the night. The wind begins to howl through the trees, carrying with it a chill and the scent of rain. It feels like a warning. A mighty storm is on its way, slow but certain, and nothing will stand in its path. A terrifying explosion erupts without warning, unleashing a powerful shockwave that sends everything around it flying into the air. The deafening blast echoes like thunder, shaking the ground as debris is hurled in all directions. Thick clouds of dust and smoke rise rapidly, engulfing the area in an impenetrable haze, rendering the scene almost unrecognizable. The camera, filming from a curious bystander's view, captures the horrifying scene, an explosion on the highway with massive flames and thick black smoke rising straight into the sky. A neighbor managed to capture the stunning moment lightning struck a tree with incredible force. In a flash, a blinding bolt lit up the sky, followed by a deafening crack that shook the surroundings.
That was a good one.
This is the full video capturing the intense fire, followed by a terrifying explosion. The scene is truly harrowing, raging flames, thick smoke, and dust blanket the entire area, plunging it into chaos and panic. Thick plumes of smoke rise relentlessly from the heart of the fire, rolling like ghostly white waves that stretch across the sky. The air grows heavy. Visibility fades as the dense smoke blots out the sunlight. The scene is blanketed in tension and dread, a haunting reminder of the fire's destructive power. Even as the fire subsides, faint flashes continue to erupt from within, small, crackling bursts like leftover fireworks in the aftermath. These lingering sparks are strange and unsettling, a subtle warning that the danger may not yet be over. A terrifying wildfire is raging out of control, with blazing red flames devouring vast swathes of land. Thick white smoke coils upward, whipped by the wind, spreading far and wide, cloaking the sky in a suffocating haze of ash and despair. The crackling of collapsing trees, the roaring of flames like a beast unleashed, all merge into a symphony of chaos. Nature itself seems to be screaming in agony. What started as a seemingly ordinary car fire quickly turned into a terrifying disaster. At first, just a faint trail of smoke and a few small flames emerged from the engine bay. But within seconds, a rapid series of 5 to 6 violent explosions ripped through the vehicle, like fireworks detonating in the middle of the street. Each explosion sent shockwaves through the air, igniting massive fireballs that engulfed the entire car. Thick black smoke spiraled upward, blanketing the sky above. The force of the blast shattered the windows, sending shards flying in all directions. Bystanders screamed and ran in panic, trying to escape the danger zone. In moments, the car was nothing more than a charred, twisted metal frame. Police forces were dispatched to the scene, but the damage was already evident. The car had been completely incinerated, and the surrounding area was shrouded in a heavy atmosphere filled with thick smoke and the acrid stench of burning. Approaching the vehicle was impossible, as multiple items inside had continued to explode in succession, posing a serious danger. The explosion erupted suddenly right in front of the vehicle, leaving everyone in shock. A massive blaze erupts, sending thick black smoke billowing high into the sky, blanketing the entire area. In mere moments, everything nearby is consumed by the monstrous Inferno, a terrifying force of destruction that devours everything in its path without mercy. The explosion was captured from multiple angles, each frame delivering a thunderous blow. The sheer destructive force rippled fiercely, and even from a considerable distance, the shockwave was powerful enough to topple everything in its path, smashing obstacles like an unstoppable tempest.
Yo, this just happened right now, dog.
A collision between two vehicles caused a major fire. Victims were pulled out and lie near the scene. Both cars remain engulfed in flames, with thick smoke halting all traffic in the area.
And they crashed into the other car. We got him out of the car.
The fire was captured on camera from a distance, with fierce flames erupting and rapidly spreading across the city. Roaring red flames blazed intensely, radiating intense heat, while thick, dense black smoke billowed high and stretched across the sky. The scene was both majestic and terrifying, revealing the severity and uncontrollability of the blaze. Lightning struck two moving cars on the road, producing a terrifying explosion, with brilliant flashes tearing through the darkened sky. A massive explosion has just occurred, triggering a devastating blaze that has caused numerous casualties and sent shockwaves through the area. The fire spread rapidly, engulfing everything in a raging inferno. Towering plumes of thick black smoke are rising hundreds of meters into the air, choking the skies and drastically reducing visibility. Amid the chaos, firefighters are risking their lives, attacking the flames from multiple angles with high-powered water cannons. Sirens wail, screams echo, and the roar of fire fills the air, a harrowing scene reminiscent of a battlefield. At first, it seemed like just an ordinary fire, but suddenly, a massive explosion erupted, causing the flames to surge and spread rapidly. Panic swept through the scene as people scrambled to back away in fear. The terrifying blast left behind devastation in a matter of seconds. The sky, dark and furious, lights up with blinding bolts of lightning slashing across the heavens like blades of pure energy. Suddenly, a massive strike hits the mountaintop directly, and in an instant, the peak erupts in a violent explosion, bursting into flames like a bomb has gone off. A witness screams in panic, their hands trembling as they film the scene on their phone, overwhelmed by the sheer, terrifying force of nature unleashed before their eyes. A sudden fire broke out in the middle of the street, engulfing several supermarket stalls in intense flames. Thick black smoke filled the air, making visibility difficult. Police and firefighters arrived quickly, but the blaze remained hard to control.
If those PDs are going to be in trouble as far as that real war goes, okay? Command to all units, I want everybody off the sidewalk on both the 1 and 4 side of the building. Operate from the curb. Everybody off the sidewalk. President, be sure for the charge that one.
A small flame sparked a big explosion, but luckily, no damage occurred. A powerful explosion rocked a chemical plant in the city of Shahizi, followed by a massive fire that engulfed the area. Thick black smoke billowed high into the sky, visible from miles away. From a safe distance, bystanders watched in horror as the flames raged uncontrollably. Many were visibly shaken, overwhelmed by the sheer scale and ferocity of the Inferno. Massive explosions echoed as fire broke out at Kimki Shopping Center, Russia. Fierce flames consumed the entire area. Thick black smoke filled the sky, causing panic and total destruction. The explosion thundered with terrifying force, ripping through the air in an instant. Thick, pitch-black smoke surged upward like a towering pillar, engulfing the sky. The sheer danger of the blast sent chills down the spines of all who witnessed it. The car was engulfed in flames and suddenly exploded. Surprisingly, the woman nearby seemed rather intrigued as she watched the dramatic scene unfold. A car speeding down the road suddenly lost control, skidding violently before bursting into flames right in the middle of the lane. The fire spread rapidly, casting a fierce red glow in the darkness. The cars behind slammed on their brakes in panic, coming to an abrupt halt. The atmosphere turned chaotic and tense as everyone... A boat had just docked when it suddenly erupted into flames, with fire surging violently across its deck. Thick black smoke rose tens of meters into the sky, blanketing the shoreline in a dense, choking haze. The vessel suffered severe damage, its charred frame collapsing piece by piece. On the shore, several people scrambled desperately, trying to put out the fire, but the intense heat and ferocity of the blaze made their efforts nearly impossible.
Oh my God!
A sudden lightning strike triggered a deafening explosion in the blink of an eye, a sound so powerful it seemed to tear the sky apart. When nature unleashes its fury, the spectacle is both awe-inspiring and terrifying, a chilling reminder of forces far beyond human control. Lightning suddenly struck two moving cars, with a blinding flash and a thunderous boom that left everyone in shock. A massive and terrifying fire broke out, engulfing and destroying everything in its path. The flames erupted with intense fury, accompanied by thick, black smoke billowing high into the sky, blanketing the entire horizon.
a vehicle suddenly exploded and burst into flames on the road. The fire spread rapidly and became difficult to control, forcing nearby vehicles to back away from the blaze. Fortunately, emergency crews arrived swiftly and managed to bring the fire under control.
A fierce blaze erupted at a cargo storage yard, where rows of shipping containers are engulfed in roaring red flames. The fire devours everything in its path as thick black smoke billows into the sky. A yacht on the sea erupted into a fierce blaze, with flames roaring and spreading rapidly, proving difficult to control. Thick, dense black smoke billowed high into the air, creating a chaotic and alarming. The colossal explosion erupted like a blazing fireball, its fierce light engulfing everything around. Horrified screams shattered the air in chaotic waves. Towering black smoke spiraled skyward, like a dark beast swallowing the heavens whole. A massive explosion suddenly occurred on the banks of the Ganges River in Nahati, shaking the entire area. The thunderous blast shattered the river's calm, with flames and thick smoke rising violently into the air, sending nearby residents fleeing in fear. The scene turned chaotic, and the cause of the explosion is still under investigation. Today, following a traffic accident, a car caught fire fiercely, with thick black smoke obscuring visibility. Firefighters quickly arrived, promptly extinguishing the flames, and are now cleaning up the scene, dealing with the aftermath of the fire. Before us, a chain of explosions erupts in rapid succession, each blast thundering through the air with terrifying force. In an instant, everything nearby is obliterated. Debris flies in all directions, the ground trembles beneath the impact. Thick smoke and dust rise into the sky, blanketing the area in a choking haze, turning the scene into a wasteland of destruction and disbelief.